man whose humour is almost as tasty as his home brew. Some call him bloke in a bar. Others call him the host of the locker room. Please welcome today's guest, Denon Kemp.
How you going, man? Thanks for having me
on, buddy.
Thank you.
I want to get into your playing career before I get into life now. Obviously, life is outside of footy, but it's still very heavily involved. So my big question for you, and he, for me, is one of the most underrated players of the game. There is a little bit more respect that could be given for him, in my opinion. But how was it playing alongside Darren Lockyer?
Oh, I mean, it was incredible. In my opinion, he's the greatest player of all time. He just always executed. You know, he never had a game where it was below a 6 or a 7, which is very rare. Even some of your greatest of all time, you know, don't do that. You know, your Cameron Smith, he probably has an 8 out of 10 every game. But
the flag squad. So, as a coach, how was the coaching different? That NRL level coaching, and what makes Brad Arthur such a good coach?
Well, yeah, he just gets you to do your job first thing. Like, that you don't need to worry about doing all this other stuff. He explains what he wants from you, and just doesn't really try to put pressure on you. So, yeah, from that point of view, it just makes it a lot easier to just go out there and do what you need to do for the team.
You know, we had this black and white sort of, rule thing about, being the right body weight and, to make the team, you got to follow these rules. And, that the being dropped was, sort of my fault. I wasn't the right weight, coming back after the 4 losses in a row. And, Ricky had to do something to change it up. And, yeah, sort of getting dropped wasn't nice. But then, coming back into the team and, Ricky put me in the middle, and I think that's probably the best move he's ever made. And, I feel comfortable there. I'm still learning how to play like a front rower and still, trying to improve my game. And, I think a lot of people forget that, this year's only my 3rd year in front row. And
I've watched some of yours, and props to you, man, because whenever I pull the camera out and people start looking, I start to get super anxious, and then I can't talk fluently and clearly. And for you to do what you do, and at the game live with people looking and stuff, man, props to you, because I couldn't do it. I couldn't handle the anxiety from it all.
I'll tell you right now, man, it gets difficult, and there's been a lot of people think it was an easy way out, but the Rabbitohs smashing the Eels 38-0. That was the game that I was originally going to vlog. I didn't vlog, not due to the scoreline. It was just things happening on the night regarding the pandemic, and it was very different. I filmed the Mariners the other day, and I had a situation where the people around me weren't very nice, and I get that fear of vlogging. I feel like I can't vlog if there's bad people around you. So to get that confidence is actually really hard, and if you get it, Newcastle have been building a really good team over the last couple of years, and I think they're going to click. They've shown us that they can remain in the top 4 throughout the season, and then they normally drop off. I don't think that's the case. I've got them in 3rd. You can argue there if you want.
I think Mitchell Pearce will either lead them to a top 4, or there will be too much controversy in that side and they won't make the 8.
Oh, okay. Hopefully
there's a lot of weight on his shoulders.
I've got the Penrith Panthers dropping into 4th. I think they're definitely building in the right way. I don't know how much truth there is, but there's rumoured today or tomorrow that they're rumoured to actually re-sign Stephen Crichton against, I think, Keelan Kolomatangi is in talks against Jacob Host, kind of in regards to that final spot in the 17. Big Charity Shield game, new club, new experiences. He was great at the Dragons, in some really good form last year. He was previously on season 1 of Let's Talk Footy, and I messaged him. I'll actually show this on screen now. Let me get it up. I actually messaged him saying, where was it? What's his Instagram? Hosty. Oh, where's the message gone? He deleted his message. Okay, well, I messaged him and said, don't make me regret this, boy, and sent the Supercoach team. And no, here it is, sorry. He said, and he replied, as you can see on the screen, you won't, with a kissy face. So, yeah, hopefully he brings up some big points there throughout the season. And the third choice, I'm mainly going off the Broncos and Sharks game last year and those Sharks debutants. I don't expect much from the Sharks this year, but someone at 250K that might get some more game time. I'm not sure if you know him, have watched him closely, but I've gone with Tade Wilton. I think he's a fantastic player. I got to watch a bit of him as well against the Raiders towards.
Gave me the idea to do what I do. He was there since the beginning. He was there since day one, and we are here at day 100. And really great achievement, so I'm looking forward to this. I want to thank everyone who sent through messages tonight as well. We're so close to 3,000 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing, and I'm really looking forward to tonight's game and celebrating with you guys.
I don't really rate the Warriors in total. I was at this game and I thought that the Warriors started off okay, but in the same sense, the Roosters were still getting it together. I think the Roosters still aren't exactly that great, but they got the job done, especially against the Warriors, and pulled away and were looking nice. But I'll go the Roosters. And if I'm going to say a try scorer, I'm actually going to go with the Sharks here, and I'm going to go with Matty Moylan.
Oh, I backed Matty Moylan last week, so
There you go.
we'll see if he can go back.
Go, boys! Go get him!
Man, you're in the finals race. This is a very NRL-like song. It touches on your experience to get to finals, which Penrith have obviously been on top of lately. Go the mighty Panthers, let's put them to the test. I'm just looking at the lyrics. Go the mighty Panthers, we're here to be the best. I don't mind this. Go the mighty Panthers. I've never actually been at a Penrith Stadium game where they've won, and I'd like to sing this to grow on it more, but I do like it.
And in the past, I felt like the Eels would go through stages, and I think especially when they did have a bit of adversity, they would fold a little bit, like in the previous years. But this year, they've been pretty strong. And I think Papali'i, I mean, even at this point, it's kind of like, obviously Madison's an excellent player, but he's kind of outplaying Madison, Papali'i is. So, like it's with Madison coming back and Papali'i off the bench, it makes him just even more stronger. So
I agree. I think that's our best move. I think if Madison does get in the starting side again and Papali'i off the bench, I think that's where he's most dangerous. Obviously, people are backing Papali'i for first try scorer based off what we saw the other day.
Exactly. Assuming he can play, assuming Parramatta don't have any players to pick from, I don't know. But I think you just got to keep the forward pack how they're going. They're rolling at the moment. If you disrupt it, then you're playing with fire.
They were in the second half. In my opinion, they put in a fight. I think that this will be AJ Brimson's shot at an Origin jersey. I'm taking him for 2 tries, and I think the Titans will win 30-12.
Ash Taylor, just reading up 15, 20 odd minutes ago, is firming as a chance to come back into the Gold Coast side. In any event, I'll be tipping the Gold Coast to win by 13 plus, even though David Fafita is still out for just one more week. I completely agree with you. AJ Brimson, I think this is his shot 100%.
As I can in 2021. Let's show you what I've got. Jack Whiten, Player of the Year from the Canberra Raiders to start us off. I don't have enough top loaders as well. Harry Grant, Rookie of the Year. This was signed at Magic Round after his appearance on the Matty Johns show. Really nice one there. He was the Rookie of the Year for the entire season. So, our captain, Clinton Gutherson, after the loss to the Manly Seagull, both Moses and Gutherson were fired up, angry, but they still had some time to meet fans, which was I was really grateful for that. And Gutherson signed the club hero, Player of the Year for the Eels. Next one is David Nofaluma. Now, he actually wrote 150 down the bottom here, 150, as it was his 150th NRL game. David Nofaluma, Player of the Year from the West Tigers. Had a mixed bag of a night last night, but he has been in some great form. His tackle breaks are up there with the best I've seen this season. Sean Johnson. I'm a huge fan of Sean Johnson, so the fact that he's been released by the Sharks from next season is absolutely outrageous. But anyway, Sean Johnson, Player of the Year, and on the back is Kyle Flanagan, Young Guns White. It's just been sitting in there since that day, so I just kept them together. And yeah, Jason Taumalolo, Player of the Year, Club Hero. This was from the Cowboys and the Warriors game at Central Coast Stadium. Got a bit of tape from when people send me the Club Heroes, but I'm fine with that as long as you can still see the signature and the card from the front. And the final one, arguably the player of the season so far, could win the Dally M medal. Nathan.
Which NRL team should I support? Show my results. Ignore. Here we go. Oh, no. We picked a Sydney club and it says that we should support the Brisbane Broncos. No, thank you. You have been used to a long, successful run with the occasional slip-up along the way. Now things seem to have turned on their head and you're entering unfamiliar territory. Patient is a virtue, you hope. Wow. Manly, Roosters, Rabbits, one of those. A Sydney club. We all agree. I know we're all from the area, but I think that it would be pretty cool. They've become quite dominant. So, are you ready to see your result? Nan, you support the Penrith Panthers. You're a Panthers supporter. Are you on the Nathan Cleary? Nathan Cleary, your favourite?
Actually, you know, watching him, where did I see? Did we see him play? Have I?
No, I don't think we have.
I just think one show I watched him play, and I just watched it, and I thought, oh, he's a fucking good player. That's all I can say.
He's a great player.
Oh, no.
I think it was, I don't think I watched it with you, but I think you watched Penrith versus Manly, where he kicked a 40-20.
BDCE. Oh, it's Moses. Brown and Moses off to the Raiders. There you go. That's funny. So I'm hoping Cleary gets the spot, but I've got a feeling that maybe Ben Hunt or Jamal Fogarty will get it. It's going to be Adam Reynolds. Adam Reynolds making the trip from the South Sydney Rabbitohs over to rival club in the Sydney Roosters. So Adam Dewey, double Adam in the halves with Adam Dewey and Adam Reynolds.
Got me angle right. I was saying, I missed him, and I was just like, oh, no way, I'll never live this down if we lose from here. So it was crazy. I think it's probably not the ideal way to finish a grand final or you want to win. But I think in terms of it being the first for so many people, I've seen so many videos after it of, supporters.
Team growing up.
Well, I played all up until I was 14. Obviously, Dad had a pretty successful career with Parramatta and the Roosters, winning premierships there, and he played 150 games of first grade. So for me, it's like I said before about being the child in that situation. Is Dad just played footy and that's what he did. Oh, sorry, he taught as well. But he's just one of those people that he was always Dad first. His dad played a couple of games for Parramatta as well, first grade. So growing up, it was kind of like, I remember Stewie Raper, who was our boss for a couple of years with Bill Harrigan, and he's put me aside. He goes, welcome to the Son of Club. Obviously with John Raper being his dad. And I remember him making that comment, and Dad's really proud of what I've done now. He sort of mentioned last week when I've sort of reached that milestone that he sort of only achieved half of that. But yeah, I wanted
that you had Jason Saab earlier, but I heard you decided to go with Manly, but in a different route. Explain to me the player you've picked and why. Yeah, I've gone with Tom Trbojevic here. I think this photo just sums it up. He's saying, yeah, mate, I'll come over. I'll win gold. Easy job done. He can just do absolutely anything, and I think he wouldn't run out of puff. His name's Turbo for a reason, so I think he will do Australia very proud over in the marathon.
And we ended up beating them by about, I think it was 26 points or something like that. And I'd actually scored a double, so I was like, well, then we obviously had 2 tough games in the semis to make the grand final. And I was always a little bit confident going to the grand final because we'd beat them a couple of weeks before, but that's probably not the attitude to sort of have because, finals is obviously a different game.
Cowboys' attack isn't too great. They're still struggling with new halves. So I'm going to say Parramatta 24-10. And if I had to pick some try scorers, I'd go Mitchell Moses to cross over in a solo effort try. And also I'd say Taumalolo to score in his return game.
All right, interesting. We've both gone the Eels by 14 there, and Jason going against us. Emilio 1-12. So, Para fans, which is predominantly a lot of the channel, hopefully we can get a win for the first time in a month.
Josh Papali'i, 33 of 46. Jesse Bromwich, 02 of 46. Nice number there for Richard. And Knight's Checklist, number 31 of 46 for our Ruby Mojos. Sapphires, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sapphire Brody Croft, number 18 of 23. Cody Ramsey, number 9 of 23. James Tedesco, 5 of 23. Chance Nickel Clockstad, 02 of 23. Really nice low numbers on our Sapphires. And Cameron Murray, 05 for Jared. Our Emeralds, 2 Emeralds. Connor Watson for the Knights. Number was 2 of 10. And Valentine Holmes was number 7 of 10. Our league sensation signatures and young guns. League sensation White, Kieran Foran for the Sea Eagles, 35 of 80. Mitchell Moses for the Eels, 21 of 80. Black young gun Keely Davis for the Dragons. Nearly time to eat, I see that comment. 33 of 110. Jack Murchie, and he's actually signed it on the right part of the card. 23 of 110. The Julia Robinson Redemption, 16 of 110. And the big one, the Dragons on fire, Matt Duffy Black, league sense.
Well, like he plays off the back of that energy really well. So he gets the ball to him in good situations. So, yeah. That's
critical. No, fair enough. We've got that different opinion there. So let's move on to the bench. Now, the bench for the Bunnies, you've got Benji Marshall. Could this be his final game of NRL? He has questioned whether he'll play on. He said in 2018 that he'll go one more year with Robbie Farah, and here we are in 2021. He's a grand final under Wayne Bennett, which is just a great matchup. Jai Arrow, obviously bought from the Titans, really big buy.